Philippine Studies with Filipino Living Books. Hi, this is Gina of Our Living Learning, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Charlotte Mason Mini Talks. Today, meron tayong guests, and they are the ladies behind the Learning Basket. At pag-uusapan natin mag-share sila kung bakit importante ang pagbabasa ng Filipino living books sa ating mga anak. And I hope this episode will help jumpstart your journey and maybe help establish your children's love for our Filipino language, for our culture, and for our history. Hi everyone! So here we are with Learning Basket team, Mariel and San. Mariel, San, tell us naman something about the Learning Basket. Ano bang Learning Basket and saan nagsimula ang Learning Basket?
Okay. So the Learning Basket, it started as a blog noong 2011 nung nag-decide kami ng husband ko na mag-homeschool. So yung eldest namin was just around 3 years old that time. And then, yun lang, nagsulat-sulat lang ako ng mga ginagawa namin sa bahay, ganyan. And then, people started asking us about what we were doing kasi we were really into books, to beautiful books even then. So, beautiful picture books, ganyan. And then, si San, she's my friend from a long time ago, na basta. And I invited her, join me kasi marami kaming racket. Okay? Join me, let's put up an online bookshop. And since magkasundo kami sa mga ganon, so we started it. And then habang lumalaki yung mga anak namin, so San has 1 daughter, ako I have 3 kids. Habang lumalaki yung mga anak namin, nag-iiba din yung mga books na binabasa namin, or at least nadadagdagan, kasi ginagamit pala ng youngest ko yung ginamit dati ng mga malalaking bata. So anyway, so yun yung nag-start hanggang talagang maraming kaming homeschoolers na siniserve ng mga books. And then also around 2012 or 13, we started offering parent education classes na yung ginagawa namin, tinuturuan namin sila about preschool, homeschool, and raising readers because it's not enough to know how to read. Sana ano pa? Teacher Yaya. And yun lang, just to help out parents kasi we're juggling so many things. Yeah. So that's what the Learning Basket is. And then na-meet ka namin, so mas, yun na.
Very interesting kasi both Learning Basket and Our Living Learning started as a blog. Kasi I started as a blog. Ang blog ko pa dati, My Ruby Slippers.
Actually, isip ko bakit eh. Sige, kwento mo sa akin offline.
Wag na yun. Pero wag na yun. So, sige. Great story. So, how about, let's maybe say something about your family setup. Maybe let's start with San. What are you using right now as a homeschooling mom? Maybe a bit of information about your homeschooling journey so far.
Okay, so I have 1 daughter, sabi nga ni Mariel, she's 10 years old and she was homeschooled from the start. So I guess that's what makes our setup unique, no? Because bihira sa homeschoolers yung isa lang anak. And interesting enough, I am also a solo child. So solo kami. My daughter was homeschooled from the beginning nga, sabi ko. And then influensyan kasi ako ni Mariel. And we're using Charlotte Mason now. So I still remember when I discovered Charlotte Mason through you when I first met Gina. And talaga sabi ko, oh my gosh, that's the answer to my problem. Talaga, check, short lessons, check, ganyan. I love it. So yun. So siguro, na kami, 3 years into since we transitioned.
Oh, okay. How about you, Mariel? Maybe share anything about your homeschooling setup. Anything that you want to say.
Okay, so I have 3 kids. 12, 9, and 4. Ano ba? Yun. So, yung ginagawa namin before, so we started, yung blog actually nag-start because we were doing before 5 in a row, which is really based on picture books, really wonderful picture books. And then I think it resonated with a lot of people who love to read and didn't really know what books to read to their kids. So anyway, yun din. So around 2016, when we met you, we transitioned to the Charlotte Mason. Tapos sakto pa kasi parang I just gave birth that time.
Yes.
So hilo-hilo pa ako. Alala mo?
Yeah.
Alala mo? Hilo-hilo ako. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the time to really plan things, ganyan. And then when we met you, after yung around that time, that's when si San actually San, you were looking into Charlotte Mason before you met Gina, and you were telling me about it. As hindi ko, hindi ko maintindihan. And then, when we met you na, I think mas nag-click na rin for San what it was about, right? So, mas na-explain niya na sa akin. Nag-gets ko na.
Na natin.
And so, right now, we actually support each other in our homeschooling journey, Learning Basket, Our Living Learning, and some of our friends. And it's been a good journey with women na nagkakaintindihan kami. And so, but Learning Basket, these ladies, there's one thing about them is that they really love Filipino books. They are good in choosing books, and which is something I really have a problem with. And so that's why I asked them to please they already have a list. They already made one, and maybe they could share more because feeling ko dito sila expert talaga. Not only are they experts, they live it. They live it. I hear them. They speak Filipino. They value the Filipino culture. And so it's just right that silang gumawa ng list for us Charlotte Mason families. So maybe we could start with for you guys learning San and Mariel, how can we read books if yung mga children nowadays they're not as fluent in Filipino. Maybe to explain that, maybe you could share your setup. Let's start probably with San, and I could also share my setup kung paano mo more or less tinuturo ang Filipino through the Charlotte Mason way.
Yeah, okay. So, I think ang difference ngayon, kasi yung daughter ko, I took up language and literacy education a few years ago, just a few units, and she was my guinea pig. She was my subject in one of my papers, and it was about learning a second language. So I used it as an opportunity for my daughter to learn Filipino. So number one, I think that nag-work sa amin, kinausap talaga namin siya ng Tagalog. Casually, ganyan lang, kausap ng Tagalog, conversation. And then, when she became more familiar with the language, that's when I started introducing mga Tagalog books. But of course, iba yung language na conversation, iba yung language ng books right? Mahirap mas mahirap mas complex yung language for some reason dun sa literature natin. So, it really took a while before she enjoyed Tagalog books. But what I did was, again, parang what we teach in Raising Readers, hanapin mo yung interest ng bata. So she was very much into, she loved dogs. So nakahanap ako ng mga Tagalog books. It's a series by Tahanan Books. Si Jack, si Botbot, at si Pilantol. So yun yung nag-start na parang nag-enjoy na siya, okay na sa kanya yung Filipino book. So ngayon, slowly, ang next naming goal will be written narration. Ngayon, she can narrate already. So, and then little by little, pinapagbasa ko siya, nag-alternate kami ganyan in our school. So, lang talaga, yun, short lessons and gentle.
Okay, before we go with Mariel, for those who don't know, basically, ang narration is telling back. So, sa Charlotte Mason, itong ginagamit namin na way, a tool of learning. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, yung bata, sasabihin, she will tell it back, either first in English, if siya marunong mag-Tagalog, or kung marunong na siya, she will try to retell it back in Tagalog. And eventually, dahil makakasanayan na niyang narrate back, doon na lang siya magsusulat. Doon pa lang siya magsusulat. So, Mariel, how about you? Can you tell us something, how yung setup nyo, how you teach Filipino in your home?
Okay. So, kwento ko muna na dati pa, nagtataka kami ng husband ko, bakit kung mga anak namin hindi marunong mag-Filipino? kinakausap namin sila ng Filipino, pero English sila ng English. And then, I realized na it's because of those wonderful books that we've been reading, kasi sobrang dami, tas English. Hanggang parang ayaw na nilang mag-Tagalog. So, I decided that time na maghanap talaga ng magagandang mga libro in Filipino. So, yung isa naming paborito, even dati pa, bata pa lang yung eldest, ito, Isang Mayang Uhaw, dahil parang simple lang yung mga salita. Tsaka maikli lang. So, ganyan. And then, eventually, nung nag-Charlotte Mason kami, nag-ano na kami, copy work. Ang pinapagawa ko sa kanila na copy work, nung umpisa, riddles. Gustong-gusto nila yan kasi parang nakakatawa, hinuhulaan nila ano yung parang, di ba may riddle kung ano yung zipper, pero parang mga ngipin. Basta ganyan. Hanap lang internet. Yon. And then, basta laging nagbabasa ng mga libro. So kahit na mas malaki na sila, kung parang feeling ko hindi nila kaya yung mas mahirap na libro, pwedeng bumalik kami dito sa picture book. Maraming picture book ng Tagalog. Yun.
Okay. Ay, gusto ko yung idea nung copywork ng riddles, no? Gagawin ko yan. Gagawin ko talaga yan. So, again, maraming practices dito na Charlotte Mason yung ginagamit naming tatlo dito. So, if you want to know more about it, madali lang, i-google nyo lang and malalaman nyo kung ano yung mga terms na ginagamit namin. But the point here is, I think, ang goal natin kasi, as homeschoolers talaga, is sana ma-establish natin sa mga anak natin ang love for our own language, 'di ba? And I must admit, isa ako sa mga magulang nagpabaya. Masyado ko silang na-expose sa English literature and we speak English at home. But alam niyo ba, when I started speaking to them in Filipino on a daily basis and when I started reading to them books that Learning Basket recommended, I started reading to them on a daily basis, yung medyo nakakaintindi na sila. So, ang pinaka-importante dito is nako-comprehend nila una, naiintindihan nila. Ang sunod doon, makakapagsalita, and then hopefully, makakapagsulat. So, again, maybe you could explain rin, Mariel and San, kasi parang ang konti ng books natin, no, na quality books for children. And pero meron tayong mga Filipino books written by Filipinos pero written siya in English. So, anong thought niyo doon? Could we use that? What are your thoughts about Filipino books by Filipinos written in English?
I think, depende nga sa goals. Depende sa goal natin eh. Of course, we cannot discount those literature kasi magaganda rin talaga yung mga yun eh. May mga authors talaga who wrote it. Like Nick Joaquin wrote in English. And ang ganda talaga ng mga novels in English. So, why will we not let our children enjoy those works, diba? Just because it's in English. And also, it's part of our history. We were under American rule. So, maganda rin makita ano yung nangyayari sa literature natin at that time. Diba? May influences din kasi yan. So, pero at the same time, I guess, yun nga, ibabalance natin. Kasi if we want our children to learn how to speak and appreciate our language, kailangan din, binabasahan natin sila ng mga Tagalog na book. So, yun ako, that's what I think. Parang balance din talaga.
Yeah. Siguro pag pag nakikita mong nakakaintindi na yung bata rin ng, yun, as San said, dahil iba yung objectives natin. Yes. So, yung isa for the language, yung isa for the culture. Mm-hmm. Kasi, nung bata ako, so marami akong binabasa. So, yung mga Filipino writers in English, gustong-gusto ko yun. Kasi, for some reason, especially Nick Joaquin, when I read their books, parang nararamdaman ko yung pagka-Pilipino, pero written siya in English. So, diba? Parang ang galing kasi iba talaga yung pagsulat niya. Yun.
Oo. And I agree also na, well, like what you said, iba-iba objectives natin. Ako, isa sa objectives ko, kasi nga mga anak ko, hirap mag-Tagalog, is, ako, number one objective ko right now is for them to actually comprehend Filipino. Okay? Andun ako. So, para sa akin, pag nagbabasa ako ng books ng Filipino, pag naintindihan nila ng maigi, feeling ko I reached my goal. And then sa susunod yung routine. But another thing, a good objective that you guys mentioned is yung culture, yung ma-appreciate ng mga bata yung kultura natin. Kasi nakikita to with English novels, and there are a lot. I think I saw the list that you recommended. There are a lot in English as well, and so we're excited na excited ako mabasa yun ng mga anak ko this year. So again, another question naman, bakit ba tayo naghihirap? Bakit hindi na lang tayo bumili ng textbook ng Filipino? Ba't hindi tayo bumili ng textbook at iyon ang gamitin natin para ituro sa mga anak natin? Why? What's the difference between a typical Filipino textbook and a Filipino living book or literature?
Okay. Siguro ako, sinubukan ko rin yung textbook kasi parang sabi, required, kailangan. Sinubukan ko. Tapos, pero yun nga, parang napansin ko na pag nagbabasa ng mga picture books, ng mga na Tagalog, mas maraming salita na natututuhan yung mga bata, number one. Kasi nga parang it's living, it's a story, mas interesting kesa sa textbook.
Mm-mm.
So yun, parang yun, na-accomplish yung pareho rin namang goal.
Mm-mm.
Right? Yung parehong goal ng textbook at saka ng ibang book, ng living book.
Mm-mm.
So, kaya kami mas nagbabasa nung Tagalog. Saka parang, di ba sabi nila, halimbawa, nagbabasa ka ng English book, the more words you read, the more words a child hears, the more words he knows, diba? The larger his vocabulary becomes.
Mm-mm.
So, apply mo lang yun dun sa Filipino language kasi kung yun ang goal natin. So, kaya basa lang ng basa. So, maraming klase ng libro. Kahit comics, papatulan.
Yan.
So, when you're learning, kasi if you think about it, yung Tagalog sa mga anak natin, parang second language siya eh. Actually, second language talaga siya. It's not their mother tongue. English na talaga yung mother tongue nila. So, we have to teach Filipino like a second language. And when you're teaching a new language, actually kahit mother tongue, important yung naririnig talaga nila a lot of the words eh. Kasi doon lang naman nila maiintindihan, saka mag-grasp yung rhythm, saka ng language, yung life ng language. Doon nila makukuha eh. And you don't get that with textbooks. Tapos, pag harapan mo pa agad sila ng textbook, new na nga sa kanila niya yung words. Tapos, ganun pa ka-drab, diba? And so technical. Talagang, kahit tayong nagtuturo, I guess, parang mag-space out talaga tayo eh. You have to find ways.
Yes, and you're right, San. We always start by hearing. Mas ma-appreciate ng bata ang language pag napapakinggan niya parati. Kaya maganda nga pag bata, di ba? Poetry, nursery rhymes, pwede rin natin itong gamitin in Filipino. So, there was a time, actually up to now, we sing Filipino songs kasi mas madali siyang kantahin, mas madaling ma-acquire yung language through hearing and through singing, I guess. And then, another thought ko lang is that we want our children to love the language. And so, besides hearing, is that importante talaga yung consistency sa pagbasa natin sa kanila. Like I said, nagkamali ako nung mga unang years, pero nung sinimulan kong basahan sila ng Filipino books, na consistently ginagawa ko morning, lunchtime, dinner time. Pero in small chunks, kasi hindi nga nila masyadong naiintindihan. Pero sooner or later, nagulat talaga ako na yung panganay ko at yung pangalawa ko, naiintindihan na nila yung Tagalog. So, for me, importante yon. And then eventually, pag medyo na nagustuhan na nila yung Filipino, siguro dun lang mo pwedeng i-introduce ang textbook for grammar, and for these other things, no? So, okay. Now, okay. So, since iba-iba tayong families, iba-iba yung levels natin ng issues regarding Filipino language. Like yung sa akin nga, hirap sila sa pag-comprehend. Yung ibang families naman, magaling na talaga mag-Tagalog. I think iba-iba yung sitwasyon. So, maybe we could share para matulungan natin yung mga families kung paano mo ba ginagawa, Mariel? Ikaw, can you share to us yung ginagawa mo regarding Filipino?
Oh, okay. So, pag nagbabasa, kailangan mabagal. Ako mabagal tsaka malakas. Kailangan malakas, malinaw, mabagal. So, ayan, halimbawa, parang kung meron silang salita na hindi alam, pwedeng sabihin ko na agad o kaya pwedeng hintayin ko kung tatanungin. Kasi minsan hindi ko alam kung ano na yung alam nila eh. Di ba? So, babasahin ko lang, may isang basong tubig at 5 ibon, parang gano'n, na uhaw.
Mm-mm.
Tapos, sasabihin ko, sige nga, sabihin mo sa akin kung ano yung naintindihan mo. Minsan, nung umpisa, English talaga sila nagnanarrate. English nila sinasabi sa akin. Pero nung bandang dulo, lalo na yung eldest, mas sanay na siyang magtagalog pag nag-narrate. Ganon. Tapos kapag ang ginagawa ko pa, yun nga, kapag may binasa kami, pwede nilang i-draw. So magdo-drawing sila, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Tapos nakakatuwa lang kasi yung eldest, kunwari magdo-drawing siya, di ba? Sandali, hindi ko makita kung ano yung nakikita niya. Okay. So may drawing siyang ganyan. So kahit mas malaki yung drawing, pero napansin kong meron na siyang sinulat na Filipino, okay na yun sa akin. So ang sabi niya dito, ibang story to. Ang hawla kung saan nagsimula ang paglalakbay. Parang, wow! Yan
ang ganda.
Yan.
Oh.
So, may drawing siya. Tapos yun nga, itong kailan lang, sabi ko nga, written narration. So, ang ina-expect ko lang, isusulat niya parang mga 2 sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, ito, parang 1.5 pages.
Wow.
Yung sinulat niya.
Kaya, basahin ng konti, maybe one portion nung sinulat niya.
Sige. So, itong libro na to, yung binasa niya, Detective Masangkay Mangkukulam. Parang series yun eh. Anyway, ito yung sinabi niya. Nagpaplano sina Uno, Junior, at 3D kung paano susubukin si Mean. So, yung susubukin, ibig sabihin nun test.
Right.
Tinanong niya yun sa akin.
Wow.
So, tinanong niya sa akin. Pero yun, konti lang yung mga salita na tinanong niya sa akin. Kasi sinabi ko rin, subukan niya na huwag lang itagalize. Yung parang inibigay yung spelling ng English word.
Mm-mm.
Yun. Tapos meron, sa wakas, gumawa sila ng 5 pagsusubok para sa kanya. Una, kailangan niyang mabuksan ang isang balot ng chicharon na hindi ginagamit ang kamay. Yun, ganyan. So nakakatuwa kasi nung umpisa resistant, yung ayaw. Parang why do we have to read that? Ganyan, nung mga 3 years ago. Why do we have to read that? Hanggang tas ngayon, okay na siya.
Okay, alright. How about you, San? Paano mo tinuturo ang Filipino?
Ako, minsan, ganun din. Nag-vocabulary muna kayo. So, ito yung mga salitang maririnig natin, ito yung sabihin, tapos basahin ko na, and then, depende sa complexity, kasi nga, again, iba-iba yung, levels ng literature natin, right? So, pag alam kong medyo colloquial, yung like owl friends, yung medyo contemporary, medyo mahahabang text, and then I ask her to narrate back. Minsan Tagalog, minsan parang yung friends, ganyan. Johnny daw yung friend niya. So okay na, pinagtatawan ako ng, but then I correct. Of course, I correct. Diba? So, okay, kaibigan. Minsan tatanungin niya ako, ano nga ulit yun, yung owl? Ano ulit yung owl? Ganyan. So sinasabi ko yung Tagalog. Sometimes, what I do naman is I read to her sentence by sentence. So, kunyari, one sentence, tapos, sige, ano yung mga salitang hindi mo naintindihan dun sa pangungusap? Tapos, so, I have to point. So, kunyari ito, si Alfred, kailangan ko ituro sa kanya while I'm reading. So, yung word tracking, para nakikita niya lumingon si Amelia para tingnan ang buhok. So, alin dun sa mga salitang yan ang hindi mo alam or hindi mo naintindihan. So, babalikan namin. Tapos, babasahin ko ulit yung sentence lang na yun. And then, narrate back. Ganun. Yung isa pang way is I ask her now to read. Pag medyo alam ko, like sa ibang Adarna, since lang siya, short lines lang, di ba? Nag-alternate kami. Then, ganun din. Either mag-vocabulary kami before or after I ask her anong hindi mo naiintindihan. So, parang ganun lang. Pero talagang mabagal. Mabagal talaga pag Filipino.
Sa amin naman, kasi for ang anak ko, so yung eldest medyo nakakaintindi na talaga at nakakapag-narrate back na siya in Filipino. Maski hindi straight Filipino. Pero ang importante, naiintindihan niya talaga. Yung second naman, put Taglish, medyo Taglish. Yung third, talagang, what did you say? Talagang hindi niya alam. Tapos yung bunso, for some reason, siya talaga yung nakakaintindi. So, I take that into consideration pag kunwari nagbabasa ako ng libro, kunwari basa ako ng kunwari araw sa palengke or kung ano-ano man. Pag binabasa ko, inuuna ko parate yung bunso or yung kung sino man yung pinaka hindi marunong sa Filipino. Tapos tinatanong ko sila, so, what do you understand? Can you tell it back to me? So, yung child na hindi masyado nakakapag-Tagalog, pwede niyang i-narrate back in English. Kasi we start with comprehension. Tapos, susunod naman yung batang marunong na medyo mag-Tagalog, i-narrate niya in Tagalog. And then, yung panganay ko, besides na i-narrate niya in Tagalog, pwede siya magbigay ng opinion tungkol sa binasa ko in Tagalog. So, it's a matter of knowing talaga kung nasaan na yung anak mo. But you can actually use the same book, okay? Para makater yung needs nilang lahat. Okay, so that's just a gist of how we do it, of how Learning Basket does it. But ang pinaka-importante, I guess, is basahan natin araw-araw ang mga anak natin, no? Kausapin natin in Tagalog. So before we leave, maybe you could say maybe one or two tips para matulungan ng mga pamilya para magustuhan ng mga bata ang Filipino language. So, sino ang una? Any tips? Last tips?
Ako, number one, ako talaga, conversation. Make it part of your parang hindi siya special. Alam mo yun? Parang normal lang siya. Ganyan. Pero converse. Kasi important talaga na naririnig nila. That's number one.
Yeah. Actually, yun talaga yung number one. Pero, in addition, pwede pa din kumanta ng folk songs. Gustong-gusto nila yon. Kasi di ba minsan para lang makuha na yung syllables kasi di ba minsan yung Tagalog matigas. So yun, para nakukuha nila. Yun. So mga folk songs, nag-umpisa kami sa Paru-Parong Bukid. Kasi yung mga alam ko ng bata ako, tapos nung hindi ko na alam, naghanap na ako ng iba. I mean, nung naghanap ako ng iba pa.
All right. So, thank you, Learning Basket, for sharing your thoughts, ideas. And so, can you tell us about the list, the recommended list that you came up with?
Okay. Because you asked us. So, tinrabaho ko talaga yung list. So, I got it. Si San, she gave me a list and then I built on it. So naka-group na ako. So kasi since we're Charlotte Mason homeschoolers, naka-grupo na siya. Kinder, Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3. Yung Form 1, it's for grades 1 to 3. So we suggest, pumili ka lang doon. Kahit anong grade yung anak mo, kung grade 1 siya or grade 3, pumili ka lang doon. Kasi yun nga hindi natin masasabi talaga kung para sa anong grade level yun. Dahil iba-iba yung bata. Iba-iba yung alam nila. So, yun. And then, nilagay na rin namin dun yung history, tapos may listahan. Yung history books, may list kami ng folk songs doon. And also, ano pa ba yung nakalimutan ko, San? Kalimutan ko na.
Hanggang novels, di ba? For the older history.
Pero just feel free to really assess the books and to assess your child. And just try. If something doesn't work, you can go one form lower and try ganyan.
Yes, and so these books are well thought of. well chosen by the Learning Basket, and I hope you can use it to help you in your homeschooling journey. So, challenge to para sa ating lahat, especially sa mga pamilyang pating nagbabasa ng English books. So challenge to, let's buy Filipino books and let's read more to our children. And so the list, the ones in the list are all available at Learning Basket, the learningbasket.com, no? And so there, thank you again for making that list for us. Kasi hindi ko alam, buti na lang
Thanks for
nandiyan kayo, friends. Okay, so thank you again and see you soon. See you.
Thanks, Gina.
Yes, bye. Bye.